thumb up. It's perfect. Hello to everyone on YouTube. Welcome to our presentation here on Sweco. We have a fantastic day today with 9 great teams working all day here in our Stockholm office. And we have 4 presentations, one with Hagastaden, one with Trafikförvaltningen, public transport system in Stockholm, one with Haninge municipality, and one our own about One Stockholm. And we have short presentations now, 4 minutes each team. So me and myself and Åsa will be sharp like lectures.
Yes.
Keep it 4 minutes sharp. And after that, it will take roughly an hour, I guess, with 9 teams presentations. And then it's the prize ceremony or voting.
Voting, yes.
We'll guide you through it.
Yeah.
So it's time for team number 1, I think, if you see on the screen here. So please
welcome up.
Team number 1. There's a microphone. Someone want to speak?
Hello everybody, welcome. We've been working on Hagastaden. I'm trying to keep the time starting now.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Clock is ticking.
Yeah. We have been talking a lot about the time. Yes, thank you, Joachim. The time-space geography, and in Hagastaden there's a great opportunity to get all those social interactions in the time space, especially thanks to Karolinska sjukhuset, a facility that's open 24/7, literally. The idea of time-space geography is that between people meet in different times, time of the day, and at different places, and this is more like a thing to have in mind when planning Hagastaden. For example, this is where people are at 8 in the morning and so on, and later on in the day and during lunch, they come down, have lunch. This is just an example how to see it. You could click through the whole day. And one key thing at middle of the night is only the guys working night. In action, to get a flow of people through the whole Hagastaden, we have a special idea.
We've decided avoid inventing a wheel and go on with an idea that has already been proposed by somebody else. Somebody says that the best ideas are just good copies of great ideas. Right, so to create a natural flow of people from west to east, we've decided to place a noble center and create an area where you do not have to spend money to spend time. It is a multi-purpose social area that includes everything for different needs and ages, including student housing and student facility, a library, probably some common working spaces, sports hall, maintaining the integrity of the Tullhusen and the access to Haga Park. Also creating a place where people just passing through on the bikes would like to hop off the bikes and spend time. Therefore, there's a community space for the proposed housing further on in the east for elderly and all of that. Therefore, that's the goal point, the gold point.
A great concern for Hagastaden is the division between Stockholm municipality and Solna, which in many ways people go between, and don't care about borders, but many things are very affected by borders, things run by stadsdelsförvaltningarna, such as förskola, kindergarten, care of elder, to maintain the parks and so. We therefore have a very bold and brave proposal to create this common administrative area co-run by Solna and Stockholm, taking care of these questions. It will be a hard thing to get through kommunfullmäktige in Solna and in Stockholm, but I think it's of great importance to keep this as one area and not as two. And that's about 4 minutes. Thank you.
There was like 1 second left. Perfect.
A gold star for 4 minutes. Okay, thank you very much. Team number 2 then, on Hagastaden. Please come forward. Är jag blind? Hagastaden team 1. Vilken är nummer 2? Där. Microphone? Someone? Just det, tack. Okej.
Hallå?
Stage is yours.
Hörs den?
Lite närmare munnen.
Hallå? Okay, hello everyone. So we have the same project. I wish we had the visualization skills as the previous team. But we started our system thinking with more of how can we include everyone in this area. And we decided to choose 4 spots that we think would link the area together, which is the Detaljplan 3, the middle area, this area that they explained in the previous project, and this big green area. And we wanted to use the social sustainability terms of equality, diversity, and quality of life.
So I'm going to talk about Norra Stationsparken, where we were imagining a seasonal market that's selling seasonal goods from both Sweden and other countries and cultures. And our vision is that for example, vegetables that are sold at this market is actually from little gardens on the rooftops of these houses. The other thing we were thinking about with this spot is restaurants and cafes and stores that are available for everyone coming, passing by, visiting or living in the area. For example, students. And we were thinking about offering them maybe discounts and less expensive lunches so that the diversity of people passing by is in a larger scale.
Our next picture. Our vision of the how to exploit this Tullhusparken is to have a shallow water fountain with several purposes. During the summer, it will serve as a water playground, and in the winter, it will be used for ice skating. The idea is to make this as an entrance to the bigger Haga Park. And to make it more appealing, we suggest that the areas under the railway and the bicycle bridges should be with good illumination. And the park itself attracts people, but having a gate to the Haga Park actually creates a greater flow of people through the whole area.
In this area, marked in red, we want an outdoor gym and a walking paths with benches, and so you can sit down and relax, walk your dog, and etc. etc. We also would like restaurants up in the north side, in the houses in Solna, so people get a sense of safety. So when other people can look into the green area and see what's happening in that area. Yeah, this park would attract people from patients from the hospitals, and as well people from people living in the area.
And the last point here that we had is the area called Detaljplan 3. And there we planned a multifunctional sport facility with different sports, swimming, for example, rehab, tennis, all kinds of racket sports activities. There are different places. Stockholm University has a sport facility, and also Eriksdal, but they are quite far away, so this will attract people that lives in Hagastaden, Vasastaden and Solna. It also can be a thing for the patients at the hospital for rehab, for example, to go to this detailed plan 3 area to do their sports and rehab.
Thank you. Okay. Next team, Hagastaden number 3. So, okay.
So it was Hagastaden for us too. First of all, our group brainstormed about what is social sustainability for us. And we made a conclusion and landed in 3 different threads, or stitches. These stitches are supposed to heal the wound between Solna and the Stockholm. So these 3, the green, blue and red, is the stitches. Nya Karolinska will be the life science, so that will affect the whole area. And also the innovation will affect all these 3. It's like themes or concepts, the stitches. The red one is infrastructure, and it's necessary to get the things to work in a society. And it can be public transport, recycling, accessibility, and for in accessibility we will add Wi-Fi, because it's a kind of accessibility too. So the whole area will have free Wi-Fi, and we will also see smart solutions like the solar panels runs the lights, or the public toilets, and maybe it will be talking public toilets.
And as you can see, the Royal National City Park will include the Hagastaden with the park here in the middle. So this will create a new link connecting Djurgården with the west side of Stockholm. We would like this green path to be an experience with activities and learning points about life science. So this is the identity of the area, life science, and this will connect people, also bring the knowledge available to everyone, and it creates a place where everyone feels welcome. It also opens up for more fun and interactive games and exhibitions for young and older visitors in the park to take place. We're thinking...
Okay, the blue thread. The public arena for sharing, learning and innovation for life science. We want to nudge people to engage in life and science. The public space opens up for being the arena and testing environment for both learning science laws and innovation processes, welcoming scientists, people and businesses to participate. An open lab which creates direct link between children and higher education, between science and markets. Digital Science Hub and experimental interactive communities will create the space and sharing point for knowledges and ideas. An open marketplace between people, academy and businesses because it creates more equal opportunities. Rehabilitation-oriented playground for big and small and vertical experiences. For example, vertical farming and walking districts. Workout experiences like MoveNat, rehab outdoor gym because of the related health benefits and more inclusive public space. Small houses that serves as premises for temporary use, land and repair stations open up for innovative businesses and startups to test their concepts in sharp environment that can transform also to a marketplace, from a marketplace to, for example, an amphitheater, because the public space should be full of engaging possibilities.
Okay.
Yes. Have you been checking the time? All the 3 teams of you are absolutely perfect on time.
Thank you very much. And that was our 3 Hagastaden teams. And I was thinking maybe the team from Hagastaden here. Do you want to have a quick word, one of you, about these 3 teams?
Oh, just moving around.
What do you say? Of course, you can. I can.
Come on, we make a gathering.
Yeah, a little gathering. So while they are thinking here, I can tell you on YouTube. Unfortunately, we have some technical problems. A few minutes ago, it's now solved. It's better, I think. It's thumb up again. So please watch us a little bit longer. Next challenge is around trafikförvaltningen, public transport in Stockholm, and we'll soon have quick words from Hagastaden team here discussing what they should say. I think they're quite happy. I hope they are. I am. Yeah, take a picture. And the 2 teams from Trafikförvaltningen, are you ready? Perfect. We're thinking here about your... Now I think it's time. Just a quick word. No? Just, are you happy? Are you sad? What do you think?
I like that you were in time. It's exactly as the project in general, hopefully. Well, what we said here when we had our gathering was that we... You can hear me anyway.
But not on YouTube.
Ah, for YouTube. Hello, YouTube. What we said was that thing with the Noble Center, quite interesting. We have had seen it in the newspaper. We didn't even know they were there. So it was quite an amusing morning reading when we saw that they were planning on putting the Noble Center in our place. But unfortunately, we are not really there for the reality. They want a more royal connection, perhaps, than science. The other project, number 2, I was very impressed by the seasonal market and everything that you can do in that structure that we already have. I think it was really good thinking how we could use a lot of the spaces we already have for perhaps a better working thing. And the project that I think amazed us all here at most was number 3 with stitches. I think that was really forward thinking and urban planning for me. How to make more visual thinking of how we could do things better and develop new areas with a good sort of a tool. So thank you.
Thank you.
For letting us participate.
Thank you. And now it's time for number. And I should say, this was just your opinion, and all of you can have a chance to vote later on, so have in mind. Next team, number 4, I guess it is. Trafikförvaltningen, public transport. The microphone. It's okay. Which one is yours? Can you see? Batteries. Ah. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. So we're moving from a local to a global context. Our challenge was on the batteries used for new electric buses that are to be used in Stockholm in the future. And Trafikförvaltningen asked us to make a survey of the supply chain for these batteries. So we have done a map of the supply and production chain. We have over here we have Trafikförvaltningen, obviously buying buses from a range of different vehicle manufacturers. And we have tried to work out what batteries they are actually putting in their vehicles. And it's very difficult to get information about that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. And there is a range of batteries being used. The second one from the top is the one that is currently most used. And it has some risks connected to it. And so they are currently working on trying to develop new batteries. So the one that is marked in green on the top, for example, which doesn't contain cobalt, is one example. But here you have all the different elements of the batteries, and then also, of course, at the end of the chain we have recycling and waste. And we see that the greatest risks involved in the supply chain is at the beginning and the end of the supply chain. And of course, within these different stages, you have transports and you also have waste. And I should say that there also, we have plastic wrapping and other elements here as well, but we've chosen these ones to focus on. Should I have the next slide as well? Yeah. So here's a global map showing the raw materials extraction, and we have lithium and cobalt and nickel as the three main components where we see the most risk, because they are extracted in South America. We have the DRC and Asia, which are all high-risk areas.
So we have like different risks, varying from environmental and social risks, but we are focusing on the social ones. And depends on the location of the sources that we are extracting all over the world, from labor issues and child labor and human rights. For example, we go for the cobalt. So we are extracting the cobalt from the Congo, and that's where the child labor we have. But the end consumers, they don't have direct contact with this human rights violation area. So the direct contact goes with the suppliers from China or other companies in Asia, and that is where the problem lies.
I guess it's worth mentioning here that there is a big project for establishing the biggest factory of batteries in Europe. Has anybody heard of it? Northvolt. So I guess this is going to be a big player on the market here, and we also it was hard to find information about how they are going to get the raw materials, and I guess the transparency here is important for social sustainability. So what we found is that probably Nornickel is going to be the main supplier of raw materials here, and Nornickel has been associated with some potentially hazard or like some social problems and pollution problems in Russia and on the also in Norway. So.
We're out of time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there are inherent risks, obviously, with this biohazardous materials as they're broken down in the recycling process. In thinking about the demand, of lithium and the cobalt and other things that are going up, this is actually going to increase the prices because of the supply going down, particularly sustainable supplies. So we're looking at the commitment of the businesses and this being actually a higher risk. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, the next team, welcome up. The microphone. Just show me which one is yours. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's us only.
This one? Okay.
Can we add our names?
Good luck.
Good evening. We have been working on social sustainability through public transportation, and we have been thinking about water transportation in Stockholm region. And before we start, I would like to introduce 3 persons to you. Here is Steven. Steven is a successful salesman. He lives in Botkyrka, and he works in the city center. He had really difficulties to take himself every day, every morning and every evenings from job home because of his wheelchair, because of the rush hours and lots of people around him pushing him. And here is Maria. She is an ambitious young lady who wants to become a doctor in future, so she has decided to study in one of the best gymnasiums in the city center. So, but she was sometimes getting late because of some troubles in transport, and she wanted always to get earlier trains because to avoid the rush. And here we have Helene. Helene is a teacher. She lives in Kungsholmen, but she found her dream job in Botkyrka. And she likes to work during her trip, like prepare for the starting lessons. So she really wanted to have a transport way she could use the Wi-Fi, maybe have plugs to charge her mobile or her laptop. What is common for all these people? All these things could happen only because of the project that we offer.
Yes, so we are making a boat line, and the first thing we wanted to see is where would this line benefit the most people. So we started to look at areas that was a little bit unequal when it came to opportunities. And then it was especially this area, when you say Botkyrka, you say Skärholmen. So we started, this is a lot of people that needs a lot of opportunities to really be integrated in the society. So we're like, okay, then we can see a boat line. And if we change the next slide. So, as you saw on the pictures before, everyone was living here, but everyone is working here. So, and all the good schools are here. So we made a route, as we call the bouncing route, and it picks up in different places. Currently, it's only the red line going, and it's one of the most crowded lines. So we think this would be a good complement. And during rush hours, we also have the express alternative for people like Steve, that really needs to go to his work.
So what is more important for people traveling is punctuality, reliability, and good services. And we were thinking, how could this boat line contribute to a sustainable society? So first of all, the piers, they should be a part of a bigger infrastructure, so they will attract investments, and they will be a part of some social activities and some social area. And the boats, they will offer better. They will be customer friendly, and they will offer better services than the metro line, such as, for example, you can take your cycle with or have a Wi-Fi and so on. and then it will be contribute to connecting, to binding the city center and this area better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then we give the same opportunity to Helen from Trafikförvaltningen.
Thank
what do you say about these two teams?
Fantastic. I mean, students are a solution for everything. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I would take a vacation next week.
I remember what you said this morning. High expectations, you said.
I'm really happy. This is really will be straight put into the projects we're working with. I don't think we need any voting. We have the winning presentations here, right? And it was somehow like you two groups just made up between yourselves, and one chose one topic and the other one chose the other topic, and you were digging deep, and I think it's lots of valuable information here that we really can use. So, I mean, hat off. I don't know how you can do it in one day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, we change challenge against Haninge. Team number, was it 7, I think? Is team number 7? Yeah, you're here. So, if you take the microphone, I will change the PowerPoint. Okay, just... is it this one? Yeah, it's correct? Yeah. Okay, are you ready, Åsa?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Cedric. We are Group 7, so I worked with Jessica, Beatrice, and Shafiq. Those two had to leave, unfortunately. Our project is called Hands on the Bridge. Next one. Thanks. So this is a vision. So for a vision, we need some sustainable values. So we want to design a place that is going to empower people, make them feel safe, integrate everyone, have a well-being feeling about it. People should own the place, and lastly, it should be accessible by everyone. So this is the area we are going to change. So the point is, this is Handen. People come here back and forth every day, and unfortunately what they see is this grayish, not very nice building. Also, it has a very nice lake and a forest on the western side of the lake. Very nice forest. So what we basically want to do is take down this whole area and build a higher building. So this is a sketch, sorry for our skills. So the rooftop should be a garden. So this is where the integration and the well-being should happen mostly. Then we have the restaurant. This one should have big windows and everybody should see the lake and the forest. We think this is very important and it is not used today. Then we don't really know how many more floors we need because it's kind of a lot of offices today. But what is important is that the second level should really be the place where the ownership and the empowerment happens. So we thought, okay, so that's where people get from the train because that is a bridge. So this place should have, cafe, art gallery, kiosk, and then the entrance to the bridge. The bridge being a continuation where people can still sit, wait for their train, and enjoy some more nice utsikt and maybe more art. Let's see, there was a school. We keep the school. We think it's important that it's close to the public transport on the ground floor. And we free up space on the sides because it's going to be a higher building, but not as large. So this space is used for outdoor gym, green areas, and so on. Lastly, we want people to be able to have their bikes in a safe area. So we use this Japanese solution for storing bikes.
So we would like to have the green areas on the rooftop on this building. And we would like it to be like a park, so you can bring your own picnic and you can also buy coffee at the cafe. So this will be green area and accessible for everyone. Next. And this is the bridge that Cedric was talking about. It should be a landmark. It would be welcoming, and this bridge is also accessible for everyone to manage to go from the high building to the lake on the other side. And this is also an exhibition area for local artists. And then the next lake that we would include in this landmark, and we would like to build an esplanade along the lake with some bridges that you can use during winter for ice skating. And you can also be accessible for everyone. So now we have the conclusion.
All right, so now we made a vision and we're ready to team up to make a strategy. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Right on time.
Perfect. And team 7 then, or 8 I think. We're up to 8 now. Come up on stage. It's your turn. Welcome up. I think it's correct. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we have focused on the same area as the previous group, and we're calling our project The New Face of Haninge, because this is the first thing you see when you arrive at Haninge. There's a big new development coming in the future, but this has been bought up by a new developer, and so we're trying to see if there's any way to develop that area to make it more accessible, less dark, less tunnely system, and more access to the green spaces and the blue spaces. So this is a little sketch that we did, looking from the street of Handens Stationsväg, where right now at the top you see the bridge that is completely decked under. You can't see anything. It's a tunnel where you don't need to have a tunnel technically. So what we want to do is open up that bridge, make more access down to the street level, have more access to the other side, close to the waterfront, and also steer this bridge up on the roof of the first of the buildings, the lower of the buildings, to create more of a rooftop area in that place to promote more public spaces, more open public spaces.
I don't know how we sound very similar to the group we had. Somehow we had a mind working together. Or maybe this is the only one solution. So since beginning, the challenge was there's a pistrappa, there is no access to the nature. So we come up with, since beginning, that we're going to have access to the nature, which is basically that bridge is a killing point for the people or the dangerous area, like he says, the Detroit. So we're gonna finish this one, and we're gonna have here this greenery or the walking area or the for the families, so they can view. And then the second challenge was to get rid of this tunnel who scares the people. Who woman has the vote that there was not feeling well in there because of the pissing smell or whatever the graffiti is there. But we're going to open it like other groups is, so it's going to be, little different, maybe more safer feelings or something. Yeah.
Great. And then hopefully have a staircase back down to the street level, make this more of a walking street, accessible for bikes and pedestrians, and tree-lined street, make it more attractive. We were thinking that instead of tearing down this building, we use this like old kind of industrial but design, or
infrastructure and really maintain the cultural heritage of the building. So in order to maintain like low prices for businesses to come in, as well as the same infrastructure for the school and the community centers that are already there, we think having a diversity of different activities in both commercial, community space, diversity of space on this main floor for more access. We think having different activities will attract different types of people and at different times of day and for different purposes to stay or to pass through. So having this constant flow of a diversity of people I think will be really interesting. And the bridge should continue along up to the rooftop of this first floor. Hopefully this will give a great view overlooking the nature on the other side. This also will include a diversity of different activities. Hopefully the school underneath on this corner over here will be able to have a playground on top, sort of like another school in Stockholm. These are Holmskajen. Yeah. And also this is Hertoriet, so food trucks on the rooftop. Yep, a different diversity of different activities on the rooftop, giving access to more public space as well as an overlook of the nature area. So with these 4 different critical areas of our design, we are hoping that like a strategic kind of solutions in order to increase the attractiveness of the area and increase the openness of the public space so people feel comfortable using it, they feel secure. More activities will increase more eyes on the street and more people that feel included. Accessibility to nature and public transportation is important, diversity of uses in space, retaining the heritage of the structure that's already there, especially throughout different phases of design, including areas for flexible spaces so that transitions aren't complete dead zones while they're in construction. Yeah, this was our whole team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Team number 9.
Yes. Now it's really exciting. Will it be the third one?
Which one? This one?
It's number 9. We can take this one if you have.
We'll see.
I don't know if you have keynote.
I don't know either.
Should be included in our Mac.
Perfect.
Yeah, good. And you just go for the speller.
Take the first one.
Yeah, if you take the first slide. No, you
sorry.
from the end.
Yeah, that's good. Hello. Yeah. So you've heard everything about Haninge, so maybe we don't need to tell you again that there is a beautiful nature, and there is some more like a little bit impressive buildings that can be lacking a little bit of humanity. And the story is like that. We have very different people in our group, and I think we have taken a different focus than the other people. Because I'm a human geographer, the others were working with fastighetsförvaltning and fastighetsutveckling. So we try to go down at a smaller scale and focus on what we can do with temporary, with what's existing right now, when they are going to build so much and it's some places that people don't really like. So the story is like that. You come quite late at home, you're tired, you've been working, and you've got this awful tunnel. If you're a teenage, it's not really cool to hang there, so no one is really happy with this. And you rush through the place, you don't stay. And so we are looking for ways to make people stay, how to make something really nice and transform a place that people already know with quite a low cost. So we want to make it nicer to cross, because obviously some people are always just going to cross, but it should be a nice experience. We wanted to make it nicer to stay as well. We want to link the place to the rest of Haninge, because it's, you can go back to the other slide. It's actually Haninge entrée. So it's not just that point, it's the whole commune that is represented in that entrance point, is the gate for the whole commune. And the last thing is that we want to include everyone. get people engaged with the place. So we have decided to go with tactical urbanism, and we have identified 3 propositions. The first one is to light up the tunnel with actually female role models. We were thinking about having some really cool, like, interactive thing with app where you can play music or have, like, you know, your dreams lighting up in the tunnel. And then the realistic light engineer from Sweco have told us, like, no, that's not going to work. So we have gone with something like, okay, what do we do now? And then we thought about Arlanda, which is also a place where they have floors. And you can't really occupy the floor because lots of people are going through that tunnel. But instead we can see that the roof is quite low and we want the side to be higher. So we're going to have big portraits that are going to be like from floor to ceiling to make it look like it's more vertical. And we want to lift up a gender perspective. So we want to blend like existing icons. Like Fredrika Bremer is actually the name of a high school in the area. And Sarah Sjöström, which is a very famous swimmer, which I didn't know about, but yeah, you might know. And some current people living there, both teenagers, that suddenly become cool, and some other people that have another story to say. So that's the first proposition. The next proposition is when you go out of the tunnel, what do you find? You find actually that wall, which is pretty boring again. And here you have some shops and some offices. So we want to make something happening there, and also happening by night, because it's very dark and not very interesting. And we were thinking that what's the value we want to show is the nature. It's outside, but we want to bring in the middle of the city, not just make people from the city going to the nature, but bring the nature in the city. You can go next one. And so how do we do that? We have new ways to have night walker, you know, this nattvandring. And that's a very nice way to create safety. But it's also about people controlling the space, and maybe they exclude others. And here we want to use art to propose something else. So Globen, that you already know, you're going to see it in a different way. We are going to propose you something, maybe with nature, because then you bring people, the nature in the city. So that's a way to see something you already know with new eyes. The next proposition, and make it very short, is you're going to have a construction site for a very long time. And here we want to have nice fences. That's something artistic, and that's something that includes the citizens with a dialogue, and also information of all those events that you're going to organize. That's pretty much it, our 3 propositions.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Gustav, yes, please, come forward. Do you have anything to say to your 3 teams?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Thanks a lot. Sorry, Sweco, you just lost a lot of opportunities in Haninge. I'm going to save a lot of consultancy money, but seriously, that was good suggestions. I liked how you used the roofs to create a connection between the more urban part and the more green part of the city center. I liked a lot this tunnel with the Haninge people. You know, Sarah Sjöström is from Haninge, the greatest, one of the greatest female athletes in the world, actually. So, and I like that, like they do in Arlanda, when you get welcomed by Sweden, you can get welcomed by Haninge when you arrive there. And also turning this backside where you meet Haninge to the front side with a more walkable, friendly street, Stationsvägen. That was really a good idea. So I think also that some of you choose a more short term, and some of you chose a more long term that really complements. So I think I can take a lot of good ideas from these presentations. So again, thank you a lot. And I'm going to get my hands dirty. Was that? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now we have the last team with maybe the most difficult challenge. I know. And they were sitting like this for a little while, or for a long while. The challenge One Stockholm, that was out-zoomed and the most undefinite challenge. Yes.
Yeah. So
welcome.
Today, Stockholm is considered one of the fastest fragmenting cities in Europe. It is continuously being divided socially and physically by income, by cultures, by education levels and employment, and even age. So how do we connect people in the city? How do we connect people in the city and create a new or a one Stockholm? So our solution was to reimagine what 80% of Stockholm citizens use, which is the metro. And so our proposal is to renovate a series of trains and create a series of events that change the metro from a function of going from A to B to a space where people interact and can talk to each other and learn and just play.
Well, as we said, it's quite a hard challenge for us. I'm normally used to trying to create happy neighborhoods, and now I'm trying to create a happy city. Quite a step up. But obviously, there's not one single solution to this. So we tried to narrow it down, and we spent, like, I think most of the day actually discussing what's going to be our focus, what are we going to do. And we didn't really want to force people to do anything, and we know that a lot of people have their comfort zone, and you don't really want to walk a lot outside of your comfort zone. So we tried to find something that is within most people's comfort zone, and that's where we came up with the slogan, the potential of a high. Why don't we just talk to people? You could brighten someone's day a lot by just saying hi to them. How are you feeling today? Talk to the cashier at the store when you buy things. Just be friendly to people, and that maybe it's not much to you, but it could do a lot of difference for the people you're talking to. And if you just break down barriers, we think we could achieve a lot in integrating people. So we wanted an arena to do this. And there's been programs in Amsterdam and Paris where they've tried to build stadiums outside of the city in suburbs and try to force people from the city out into the suburbs. But as most of you probably know, Stockholm just missed that opportunity by building arenas in the central parts of Stockholm. So we had to think of something else. And we came up with the idea that, you know, what does most people in Stockholm use every day? We don't, and people from all over the city use it. Well, 80% of the people apparently use the public transportation here. So why not do something with the subway where everybody actually, well, everybody is there, but nobody meets. So yeah, basically the idea is, take for example the Red Line. It goes through most of the city. You go from Hallunda and Fittja through Östermalmstorg and most parts of the city, and you go through a lot of diverse areas with different social problems or social standings. And why not just make them meet there? So the idea is to basically tear out the interior of one of the subway cards and make them themed. You know that at 7:30 on Saturday, the football car is going by. You go there, meet your new team, or a food car. Why not a food car? Go there, try new food, try different food, learn to cook with other people, meet new people, say hi to people. And it's a small solution, well, probably not that small, but that's a way of doing small things in your everyday life that we think, hope that could make you meet people, connect people. And the Red Line, 25 stops, 25 places to connect people. Oh, that's it.
Åsa, what do you say?
Yeah, I think it's lovely. When I came into your group at lunch or after lunch, you had it. So I was listening to you first for like 20 minutes, and it was so interesting discussion. And I said, "How are you?" Well, we just landed in what we are going to focus on. So it was a difficult challenge, I know. But I think this is lovely. The high train, wasn't it? You called it the high train. Yeah, basically, yeah. And I think it's lovely. I really do it. I really think it's good suggestion because people meet, people interact. It's positive. Thank you very much.
And thanks to everyone. Yeah, applaud to. Thanks so much for your work today. So nice to see old presentations. And now it's time to vote. And we will use menti.com. So everyone can pick up your cell phone. And we will see here. The idea is to see live on stage, see if we can manage. Snart, soon. And which code is it? Ah, okay. So I don't know if you're familiar with menti.com. I guess some of you have used it before. And you can also do it on YouTube back home. So here we'll see. So we in the coordinating team thinks that everyone can vote one time. And be honest now. Sorry. Yeah, reminder. Good. Maybe how should do that in a quick way?
Yeah, now we have two.
It's starting already.
3 team Hagastaden. Could we just raise up your hand, Hagastaden team 1, and we can see
stand up.
who you are. There was Hagastaden 1, Hagastaden 2.
Hagastaden 2.
Team 2.
Wave to the camera as well on YouTube.
And
Number 3.
Hagastaden 3.
Yeah, back there. Yeah, stitches.
All right, thank you. And the team 4, Trafikförvaltningen. Where are you?
There
are you.
Then
we know.
Team
5, Trafikförvaltningen. There you are. Perfect. And Team 7, Haninge kommun. Where do we have you?
7.
Team 7, Haninge. Oh, there you are. Voting. And Team 8, Haninge. Yeah, back there. Perfect.
9.
And Team 9, Haninge. Where are you?
Yeah,
there you are in the middle. Thank you. And the Team 10, 1 Stockholm, is over there, the last one we were looking at, the high train. Yeah. Okay,
So,
come on.
It's voting. Oh, interesting. I will do this for a few minutes more. It's 44 votes already. So keep voting. On YouTube as well.
Yes. Rösta på ni så. Ja. Jag står resultatet här bakom.
Ja.
Det är jättebra på att ta sig.
Interesting. It's kind of obvious to me. Let's try that.
It was a while ago, the last one came in. Okay, all YouTubers back home.
Maybe we should say like in Melodifestivalen. Stop voting now.
Yeah. 10, 9.
So I think we have a winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Team 9, come up.
Team 9, welcome up. The team. Can you hear me? Yeah? Yeah? The team 9, you were sitting like this. Yes, we will come in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, yes. Okay. I understand. Good work. And you are actually 2 more persons, or? Yes. Okay.
One person didn't come.
Yeah.
But we had someone popping in the middle of the day. That was a great thing. Just in that as well. She worked also for another festival backling type.
Okay.
So it was really nice. Help that was not expected.
Congratulations. Some flowers as well.
An applause.
All the winners. You want to say with the microphone, maybe?
I've been really excited and thrilled. I've been really excited and thrilled going around, sneak peeking on you during the day, chit-chatting. It was great and it really, really useful for the city, for the public transport administration, for Haninge, and for Sweco, of course. It's been great. Thanks a lot. Thanks to the winner, and thanks to all of you participating, our customers, our clients, and all of you others. Thank you. Great job. And I think I can make a promise right here, right now. We're going to do it again. Maybe not in Stockholm, but next time in Gothenburg, Malmö, or Umeå or something. So it will be a next time.
Har vi det?
So, please stay on stage.
Thank you.
Stay. Oh, sorry. Stay. Because we are appreciating every effort here today.
Yes.
So please, all of you, come up to the stage and stand here, and all will have a diploma.
All the teams.
So come up, and applause for the contesters.
Va? Nej, det är de. Ja, sorry. Fastnar jag där? Sorry.
So, perfect.
Tack.
So, a diploma for everybody.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your work. And you have got. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Someone has some pause music, or I keep talking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope you have a good day today. You all. I had. Varsågod. Varsågod. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So take
Perfect.
pictures here
yes.
now.
Oh, my camera.
Lots of pictures.
Eller? De få som är här, eller?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And sorry. And Helen says it's her hi, and she was she had to go. And Helen from Trafikförvaltningen, but she SMS'd me and wondered if the two teams that were working with the Trafikförvaltningen wants to come to Trafikförvaltningen and present your work. So yes, and she say thank you, good work, and welcome you to Trafikförvaltningen. So we also, of course, want to take a chance to say thank you to you and to Haninge and to Hagastaden, Haninge, Hagastaden. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here today. So a little flower for you, and Gustav. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here all day. This is like just a normal Friday evening. Yes, I think everyone got, yeah. So, what do we say now? Time to say weekend. No, it was really fun,
Yeah,
and I
fantastic.
hope, as Mats said, we really should do it again.
Yeah, fantastic time. And
Yeah.
to all of you back home, thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, take
that's
care.
all for now. Take care. Thanks.
Ni ska ju ha blommor. Ja. Ja, men när det är en till. Ja, det var därför jag hade en känsla av att ni satt ju på olika ställen. Ja, vi gjorde det. Ja. Ja.